Hello and welcome to Dark Souls 3. That is the game, hence the title. My name is Gamer is Fighter. Well, it's not really, but that's the alias I'm going by, so deal with it. And this will be for KeenGamer, which should be the YouTube channel you're watching it on. Hopefully. Otherwise they're stealing it, or it's me. In which case I'm stealing it. But yeah, I have played this game before. Just to let you know, I'll show you. Load. There we are, here I am. That's my other character. So, I'm not doing this blind because that would just be fucking tedious. So, we'll start. And I'll talk over this cutscene because the subtitles are on. So, this game so far is very good. I've done 4 bosses and they've all been fairly easy. Although, I usually find I do better on my first playthrough because I overthink it on my second. So, you know, prepare for many deaths. It is Dark Souls. Could I put like a death counter in the corner? It might be fun. I'll ask the person in charge of KeenGamer anyway, see if they think it's alright. I'm not quite sure of the plot. All I know is that you're not really like an undead from the other ones, because you don't like become undead, you become like embered or kindled or whatever. But the mechanics work the same. That you have to be kindled to summon people and all that. Well, which we probably won't be doing because I still haven't tried it yet, and I usually don't like summoning people when I'm trying to do like a proper playthrough. Like, I mean, I only really do it when I'm like not too bothered. By the way, I just want to point out that I've turned the music down for copyright reasons on YouTube, and this is actually muted because obviously it all counts as the music file, or it's all under the same file. So I'm sorry, I didn't actually know that happened. But read it; it's very Dark Soulsy. This thing, whoever this character is the one I'm most interested in because of the lore behind it. I won't say it because the game will tell you eventually, hopefully. But that's the big one. I'm like, really? Bloody hell, that's a behemoth. I've not met him yet, but it works the same as the previous Dark Souls games, and like the mechanics are pretty similar except for the magic thing, and you're seeking out like 5 big enemies instead of 4. So you know you're approaching the same kind of goal, that you're going for so many big bosses to unlock like the final part of the game. I don't know what people are talking about though. I mean, this might prove wrong when I do terrible, because I do considerably worse when I'm recording. I'm talking at the same time, and I'm just generally not as good. But a lot of people have said like Dark Souls 3 doesn't disappoint, hardest Dark Souls yet, and I have probably died the least ever, and the bosses have been fairly easy. Not that there haven't been a couple of challenging parts to the game, but it's definitely not been as much of a brick wall. Dark Souls 1 is definitely so far the hardest. And so far, like, Dark Souls 2 has been a bit harder. Like, the Pursuer boss fight in that fucked me over. They're kind of the equivalent in this game. Nearly killed me, but I still got him first time. And I don't think in Dark Souls 2, there aren't really many bosses I beat first time. I think I beat the first boss the first time in Dark Souls 2, you know, the last giant. Pursuer definitely wasn't one. I've beat the Flexile Sentry. Beat the Old Iron King. I'm not counting the ones where it's just a horde of enemies like the Magnus group. I beat them first time, but then there wasn't really a boss. That's kind of it. Okay, name. As this is a recorder, I'm using my patenter's name that I use for my characters. Fucking Sabala Mormont will rise again. Oh. We're gonna... Right, so they've brought back... There's a few characters, like dual-wielding is actually pretty good in this game now. But they've got, you know, a fairly decent set of characters. The Pyromancer makes a return, unlike Dark Souls 2, which was a bit disappointing. But in this game you actually need magic to use Pyromancers. We're going to go with Knight though, because that's what I did on my other playthrough and that's going fairly well. So, rather not get stuck. So, some ball of Mormon. Oh. You know, well, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't cut his hair. I don't like these hair colours though, because they don't like. I wanted to get my character to have a brown hair, and like they're like the closest you can get. But like, it's sort of a bit, sort of as if like white is sort of. Not working properly now. Oh no, that was downwing. It's fine. Yeah, we just go with that. Standard. That's the kind of character I usually make in any game. Just sort of fairly long hair and then a beard and yeah. No. It's what I would look like if I wasn't incredibly ugly. Yeah, I think that does it. I think the reason this character made the start fairly just easy is because it doesn't block shield and physical damage. It just helps. Right, so as far as what I'm going to be doing is for how the game works, I'm probably going to stick. Oh, well. One above and one below. So I'm never going to let this catch up with my other playthrough, right? I always want to know ish what's happening, or I'll get stuck in an area exploring. You know how long I was exploring in like the swamp forest area? I was there for literally like 2 hours just looking at the same bit. I hadn't even got to the boss yet. I knew exactly where the boss was because I knew the boss room. The boss rooms are quite obvious to look at, but then I was like, I won't go in there. Explore first. Yeah, the reason I automatically go for this kind of character is not because of his armor, because armor's kind of irrelevant in Dark Souls. You take a lot of damage regardless, unless you've got like Havel's armor or something. But that 100% shield, and you can still roll fast anyway. So all these things on the ground are tutorials. So sorry, turn the game down. Yeah, there's a bit literally where it says turn back and I've still not been down there, but like I said, I'm going to guess that that's going to be like a really hard area, so as I'm doing well the way I'm going, there's no reason to fuck it up in my other game. But I fucking love Dark Souls. I like it because, to be fair, I don't find Dark Souls games like ridiculously. They're challenging, but I'm not like. I fucked that up. They're not. I've never found them to be seriously. Oh, it's down there. We can't go. There should be a. Oh god! Alright, didn't see the other guy. Right, let's see. There should be a. Yeah, here we go. Turn back. Although that looks like another player. You know what? We still won't go down there because that's probably going to be like the ogre in Dark Souls 2, where you really just can't beat it at this point. Hey! Back off! One thing you'll notice I will do is I won't spend souls. You know, like the fading souls, I'll like wait till right at the end of the game, and then I'll be like, right, I'll use every single one and level up everything, or at least I'll wait until really far into the game. You know, I won't be using them gradually. It'll just be like all of them. We'll see how far I can get with it. But Dark Souls is that kind of game where I don't like blind let's plays. This semi one, like knowing what's coming next but not the final bit, is quite good because it means I won't spoil everything for you, at least not at the start. Although in my other playthrough, I'm almost certain I missed an optional boss, because you know in Dark Souls games you can you can acquire like boss souls when you beat one, and that and you can use their souls to like make weapons out of them. Well, one of them says like demon soul, and I've not got that. I think that I've almost certainly missed the boss, but if it's not where I think I know where it is, and if it's not there, then I don't know, because I'm pretty sure I've explored everywhere. Now, the first boss is coming up in a minute, and I did beat that first time. That might change, because I'm pretty sure I only just beat it last time. Oh yeah, the other change to Dark Souls, which you probably know about, is this. You have like a magic Estus Flask, as well as like a magic meter, but we don't have any spells, so that's fucking useless to us. Right, because that was fire, that would have chipped through us. It wouldn't have done much damage, but it would have done some. Obviously, some is worse than none. But I rolled. Rolling is very different to Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne and that. It's gone back to the first one, because that roll just looks similar. It doesn't do like the smooth all the art. It's like up and then fast down, which is what Dark Souls 1 was. But it's like the height of the roll is your invincibility frame. I found anyway. Like that second half is like where you find the first half. You can get rinsed in. Now, again, not gonna say we're perfect. May die because it happens. You know, you die to things that you thought were perfectly fine. I found this later in the game. Like I've gone through an area first time and I died. I was like, it's no problem. I'll get back there again, and I got destroyed the next time through because of my cockiness. But we'll see. So we need to go through there, but the door is locked, obviously. So we have to go. Huh? What's this? I mean, obviously, look at this room. This is nothing other than a boss fight room. Here he is, I forget his name. Get a few easy hits in there. I would say do a couple of hits at a time. Right, this is where things get tricky, because he gets more armor as well. But I've won, so it's all fine. Literally, it's just wailing on him. There's no... It's not hard. Look at that, he's down. I took no hits. Take that, you guy got bloodstain, you shit. There we have a bonfire, which is kind of pointless. We can't do anything with it. We can't level up at bonfires. It's the same as Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne. It's the same. They've not gone back to Dark Souls 1. They've kept it. To be honest, I think this is one of the few games where, when a developer has said we're taking the best of both of our previous games, they've actually done that. Because the other time I heard that was Dragon Age Inquisition, and I hated that game. But no, that's harsh. I thought that game was the worst of the 3 games. Oh, as you can see now, we're like burning, which is fine. That's not like a status effect. That is the new, you are no longer hollow. Oh, and for some reason they've made jumping easier, like jumping attacks. It used to be very finicky before, and they made the kicks easier. So I find I'm doing riposte in that more. Not like that one, because I suck at the hitting. You know, I might die actually a lot when we get to the next area, because I just thought that might be a really nifty way to take out some other enemies, because I was getting rinsed by them my first time through. Anyway, we're coming up to the hub of the game, like, you know, like Majula. It is not as kind as Dark Souls 2. Oh! That was nifty. If we want to learn how to use some miracles, that would be nice. The one thing I've not actually shown you, because obviously I haven't taken a hit yet. Well, I've not taken a serious hit. Is the Estus Flask is kind of shit in comparison to the other games, but unlike Dark Souls 1, you start off with 4, because No, I've still not been up there. I didn't know this place existed, so we will ignore that for now. I will go there on my other playthrough and report back. I did not even know that side existed. Other side still first, before we go in, there should be an item over here. I hope there is. I'm almost certain there is. No, there's a dog there. There we go. I think it's useless, but whatever. Nope, it's fucking useful. Ran off the edge. Jesus Christ, that would have been fucking annoying. So, we are at Firelink Shrine. Recognise that if you played Dark Souls 1. And I'm pretty sure it's kind of meant to be the same place as Majula in Dark Souls 2. I think it's all meant to be the same area, because everything's all meant to happen in the same thing. So what was that? Go fuck yourself.
Welcome.
That's not unique anymore, someone.
One.
I have no humour!
I am a firekeeper.
So this is the Emerald Herald, pretty much, except grey.
And tend to
Ashen Herald.
The lords have left their thrones.
Yeah,
and
so basically
must be delivered to them.
we have to fill in those.
To this end, I am at thy side.
Get the lords back in their chairs.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Right, so the first thing we're going to do is not die as much. Because there's no other weapons that we particularly need. So whenever I'm in a state in Dark Souls where I don't need weapons, put in more into health and like stamina is definitely the way to go for me. I recommend it to you, especially on like a first playthrough. Like in Dark Souls 2, I went through that the whole game with only getting health up like once. Yeah. Right. In the hub, there are a few people that I missed for ages. I didn't see this guy until I did the third boss. I thought because I killed the third boss, he appeared. Nope. I've just seen him now.
Look not in
right. This guy. Actually, we'll let him talk.
I linked the fire long ago.
Sorry.
Becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred course. This sad cadaver, no need to be coy. Have a closer look. Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast fading flame must be licked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a Lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a Colossus.
Oh. Okay, so we can't actually...
Now, do not...
Can't really do anything with this guy. Basically, this is the guy which you can trade in boss souls as well as regular souls together to make, like, get the boss weapons and armor and that. But obviously he's not biting yet, so maybe it is the third boss where he actually starts being fucking useful. This is like the disparaged guy from Dark Souls 1.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think?
So yeah, but later on, like this guy is the hint guy. So if you're like, I don't know where to go, he'll be like, well, if you're truly intent on killing yourself, check out the blah blah blah. I can see I'm not run past it for an idiot. Right, this is actually the guy from Dark Souls 1.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre.
I'm almost certain it's the same guy from Dark Souls 1. So I'm not really sure about how the lore of the Dark Souls world works, because I'm pretty sure these are exact same characters.
I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith. Such is my purpose.
What you can do in this game is go magic or health, and because we have no magic, and even later on I'm going to have very little, we're going to go all health, at least for now anyway. And he's just the smith. You can...
Pretty be careful, I don't want to see my work.
you can't buy anything from me, he's not like that kind of blacksmith or anything. So yeah, this isn't even the weapon I'm going to be using properly, this longsword. Hopefully I'll find the other one. Basically the weapon I'll be using pretty much for a while is the broadsword, because it is just better. I think it's just a drop, I don't think I found it, so hopefully I will get it. And I missed her until I beat the 4th boss.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont? No?
So yeah, now, those wondering about how to be summoned, and I didn't know this until the 4th boss, this is where you buy the white sign soapstone. Which really pissed me off, because everyone had the summon sign everywhere, and I was like, I don't understand. I can't see the summon sign. So yeah, we'll buy this just for the sake, because we can't upgrade anything else, and we're not reinforcing our sword. It'll be a waste of... Actually, I don't even think we have any bloody Titanite shard, so we can't do it anyway. So we'll buy that, just because it is like a one-time item. No, I think, does she sell the sword I want? Absolutely not. Wait, 99 plus 14.
Ashen One. Huh.
Okay, no, this is fucking... Yeah, okay. Basically, the difference between the broadsword and the longsword is that the broadsword has, I think, like, slightly more damage, and it has a C scaling in strength. So we're not gonna... So the longsword is... If we find the broadsword, the longsword's kind of useless. But there we go. That's pretty much everything in the Hub of Dark... of Firelink Shrine. There's, like, upper floors, but there's no use for them yet. But this is like where if you find people throughout the NPCs is where they come to sell you stuff or train you. So, whatever you desire to do. And because I've beaten a boss and we're doing well, I'm going to end the video here. A solid 20 minutes of introduction for you nice people. But just before we end, we're going to do this because I forgot. Remember that sword we pulled out of that guy? Yeah, we need it. Make a bonfire! Woo! Bonfire! Woo! Frame rate's not happy! Although you might not see it because obviously 60 frames per second and my recorder's only in 30, so you probably didn't. Okay. Now, next time, we will travel to the high wall of Lothric. But we're not doing that now, because we won't get very far in, you know, like in the... Well, to be fair, we might get fairly far, but I'd rather end it on the fact that we've done something, rather than on the fact that we might get stuck. So, you know, thanks for watching. You can like and subscribe if you want, but, you know, I'm not telling you to. Do what the fuck you want, really. But, yeah, thanks for watching, basically. Bye!